Welcome to the Hill and Ponton Social Security Disability blog. I'm Natalia Jofre. I'm the director for our Social Security section here at Hill and Ponton.
I'm Shelly Mark. I'm the senior Social Security attorney here.
So today we're going to be talking about step 5 of the sequential evaluation process. We've talked about this before, where it's basically the process Social Security looks through to see if a person can qualify for disability benefits or not. Step 5 is pretty important because it's the final determining factor.
That's correct.
You want to explain what that is and how it's applied?
Sure. Okay, so after Social Security has determined whether or not you could perform your past work, they're going to go to step 5 and see if you would be able to perform any other work. This is going to get a little bit more in depth, as we'll go over in the future, as far as whether they're transferable skills. But the most important factor at step 5 is someone's age.
Okay, so then you have the different age groups, and then based on their age, they're going to look at whether they have transferable skills or not, because if they're under age 55, it's a huge deal. If they're over age 55, it's pretty much irrelevant.
Right, that's correct. So there are 3 different age groups. Younger individuals are defined as up to 49 years old.
I'm still a younger individual.
And then the next classification is going to be closely approaching advanced age.
Okay.
And that's individuals from age 50 to 54. And then the next will be advanced aged individuals, so 55 to around 62-ish. And then over that age is going to be really retirement age.
Yeah, you have, because there's a closely approaching retirement age, right?
Right.
Somewhere in, there's 2 gray areas. So the gray is closely approaching advanced age, which is 50 to 54. And then we have what we call the magic number in Social Security, which is age 55.
That's correct.
And that is what really relates back to what we're talking about in terms of transferable skills. You know, can you do any of your prior work? Pretty much if you can prove that you aren't able to do any of your prior work, which are the 15 years prior to your disability, then you should be found disabled.
You should be. That's correct.
Should and are 2 totally different things in the Social Security world. And I mean, that's why a lot of people contact us. So, but technically speaking, if you can prove that the person is over age 55 or 55 or older and can no longer do any of the type of work they've done in the 15 years prior to their disability, they should be found disabled.
They should be. That is correct. And the age groups, what happens is depending on which category the individual falls in, that determines the rules that are applied or the statutes that can be applied to evaluate, you know, what kind of work they could be retrained to do or could not.
So obviously if a person is younger, much harder case.
Right.
Because not only are you looking at can they do the type of work they did in their past, but also can they be trained to do some other type of work. And that's where you start getting into those skill levels and transferable skills or not. And the 50 to 54 is a pretty big gray area too.
It is a gray area, and what happens is if you're in that age category, which we'll talk about in another video, but it comes down to, it gets very technical as far as what exertion level can this person perform, what skill level, and is there any transferability there.
Okay. Are you good then? Is there anything else you wanted to say about? I mean, I guess the only other thing that I would say is the older you are, the easier it gets. Unfortunately, a lot of people that are over age 55 and even over age 60, they do still get denied.
That's correct.
They get denied. So
and people that are in younger age categories do get approved as well. So don't let that be a completely discouraging factor for someone that is disabled. It is overcomable.
Right. It just takes a little bit more work and knowledge and all that good stuff, all the know-how. That's where you come in with your high skill level. Okay, great. Well, thanks for joining us. If you have any questions or want additional information or are interested to see if you could apply for disability benefits, feel free to call our office or visit our website, hillandponton.com. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.
Thank you.